Part 1, Echoes in the Void. The stars hung out there, deeper than the black abyss, glimmering like the scattered shards of a forgotten civilization. My old freighter, the Cassiopeia's Whisper Asterisk, groaned as it slipped through the spirals of space dust. She wasn't much to look at, but she was mine, and in the void it was less about looks and more about sheer stubbornness. "Captain," croaked the intercom with the voice of Evie, my AI, programmed with just enough snark to keep me sane. "You're really going for this, aren't you?" "Evie, if I didn't go for questionable decisions, I wouldn't be me," I replied, steering the ship toward the coordinates of a derelict space habitat called the Veil of Requiem. It was a place no one in their right mind would visit, which is why I had to. A few years back, the Veil was a bustling hub for trade and diplomacy among species. Now it's a ghost ship, its orbit decaying slowly around a hungry moon. Rumor had it the station's AI went rogue and everyone vanished overnight. Skeptics called it a malfunction. I called it an opportunity. The comms crackled again. "Approaching the Veil," Evie announced, her voice a blend of curiosity and exasperation. I swear, if hyper-intelligent AIs could roll their eyes, she'd have done it. I docked with all the grace of a drunken space whale, the Cassiopeia's Whisper shuddering as it latched onto the Veil's desolate docking bay. Pressure equalized, and I stepped from the ship's cramped quarters into silence so profound I could hear my own heart thudding like a distant drum. Every footstep echoed, ghostly shadows cast by flickering lights. The air was stale, laden with the echoes of lives that no longer inhabited the space. I flicked on my helmet lamp, its beam carving a path through the murk. Ahead of me, the corridor stretched endlessly, its far end swallowed by the dark. "Captain, mind the gravity fluctuations," Evie chimed in, a hint of mischief in her tone. "I'd hate for you to end up as a wall decoration." "Noted," I murmured, trying to ignore the unsettling presence of zero-G pockets and the occasional sensation of up becoming down. The control center lay ahead, my first stop. It was my best shot at finding out what went wrong here and hopefully discover something valuable I could barter back in more civilized sectors. As I entered, consoles blinked erratically, their screens displaying fractured images of what once might have been a thriving station. "Logs are corrupted," Evie noted as I scanned through fragmented data files. "Save for one." Her tone shifted, becoming serious, and I knew that couldn't be good. The playback crackled to life, the image distorted but discernible. A humanoid figure whispered, "The veil is breached. They're everywhere, not what we thought, not sentient." The screen fizzled out, leaving nothing but static. My mind raced faster than a jump drive on overload. Not sentient. The implications were vast and unnerving, a mystery wrapped in terror. But whatever had happened, it was far from over. I needed to dig deeper. "Captain," Evie interrupted my thoughts, "I'm detecting a strange energy signature emanating from the lower levels. It's peculiar." "Define peculiar," I shot back. My curiosity piqued despite the pit forming in my stomach. "Like listening to jazz being played by a black hole." I chuckled, a dry sound that failed to mask my unease. "Sounds like my kind of tune." Navigating through the station felt like wandering through the pages of a forgotten history book. Each room told a story, half-finished cups of coffee, children's toys scattered on the floor. The Veil was more than just metal and circuits. It was haunted by its memories. Finally, I reached the source of the anomaly, a sprawling network of conduits and spherical chambers, pulsing with an energy I couldn't identify. Tendrils of light stretched across the room, creating a web of luminescent threads that hummed with latent power. I took a cautious step inside, drawn by the thrumming beat resonating deep within my chest. There, at the center of this intricate lattice, floated a life form unlike anything I'd seen. It was a swirling mass of translucent colors, shifting and reforming as if trying to understand itself. I dubbed it a nebulon for lack of a better term. It noticed me, or at least I think it did, shimmering in acknowledgement. "Evie, are you seeing this?" I whispered. Recording perplexed. "Be careful, Captain." The nebulon shifted, its colors intensifying, and I felt a pull, not physical but something deeper. It was a call, primal and alluring, embedded with knowledge beyond comprehension. The station wasn't abandoned. It was transformed, an incubator for these alien entities. I needed to leave. Now, but as I turned, a shrill alarm pierced the air, tearing through the stillness. A warning, a call to arms. The station had awakened, defenses activating with deadly intent. I broke into a run, my heart pounding. NG in rhythm with the wailing siren. Back in the docking bay, I slammed the console to initiate emergency launch procedures. "Evie, get us out of here." The Cassiopeia's whisper sputtered to life, dragging itself from the Veil's clutches as the station's automated turrets fired, bolts of energy crackling through the void. "Punch it!" I barked, and Evie obliged, the ship surging forward, stars streaking past as we fled. As the Veil of Requiem disappeared into the distance, I couldn't shake the feeling I'd left something crucial behind, a piece of a puzzle that could change everything. Yet the nebulon's image remained, seared into my mind, a beacon of unanswered questions. "Well, that was fun," I muttered to Evie, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "There's always next time," she quipped back, and for once I almost laughed. But the truth lingered, heavy and unyielding. Whatever had happened at the Veil, it involved more than just a malfunction. It was deliberate, a doorway to something beyond our understanding, and I, for better or worse, was entwined in its mysteries. For the first time since setting off on this misadventure, I felt a genuine chill. The stars held secrets, and one of them had just whispered my name. Part 2, The Phantom's Gambit Asterisk. The universe is vast, but when you've got a whispering nebulon lodged in your thoughts, it feels a whole lot smaller. Days after the fracas at the Veil of Requiem, I couldn't shake the unease gnawing at my gut. I'd seen things, felt things, that no trader with a modicum of survival instinct should brush off lightly. Yet here I was, drifting in the void, peering at the stars with a growing sense of inevitability. "Captain, I'm starting to worry about you," Evie's voice crackled, bringing me back to the here and now. Her tone was playful, but there was a hint of genuine concern beneath the sass. "I'm starting to worry about me too," I replied, fingers tapping out a restless rhythm on the console. "Let's just hope the next stop offers some clarity." Our destination was the Phantom's Gambit, a colossal orbital bazaar nestled in the shadow of a blue giant. Here, whispers of secrets and the clang of trade deals intertwined in a chaotic dance of commerce and intrigue. The Gambit was a place where fortunes were made and lost with a flicker of a datapad, a place where information flowed like the finest nebula wine. We docked amidst the chaos, the Cassiopeia's whisper dwarfed by the behemoth freighters and sleek crafts crowding the hangar. Stepping into the Gambit was like stepping into the heart of a bustling metropolis, all neon lights and the hum of 1,000 different conversations. I made my way through the crowd, the air thick with the scent of exotic spices and the metallic tang of machinery. Vendors hawked their wares, from alien artifacts to questionable tech, each trying to outshout the next. It was precisely the kind of pandemonium where a man could find both sanctuary and peril in equal measure. What I needed was a contact, someone who could help decipher the mystery of the nebulon and the Veil. I found him perched in the corner of a dimly lit cantina, a grizzled old man with the air of someone who knew more than he let on. Arlen Dross, a relic of the frontier days, with eyes as sharp as a vibroblade, and a past as tangled as cosmic string theory. "Still alive, I see," Dross greeted me, his voice like gravel rolled in honey. "Heard about the Veil. Most folks wouldn't get near the place." "I'm not most folks," I replied, sliding into the seat opposite him. "And you're not most sources. I need information." Dross leaned back, assessing me through a haze of smoke and dim light. "Information comes at a price. And I'm willing to pay if it leads to answers." I recounted my encounter, the nebulon, the ominous energy, careful to watch Dross's reaction. His eyes narrowed, intrigue piquing his curiosity. "Nebulon, you say? Intriguing. Some say they're remnants of an ancient race, others, a natural phenomenon beyond our grasp." "Which do you believe?" Dross chuckled, a raspy sound with no humor. "I believe in finding out. There's an old research station, the Harbinger, long abandoned after a similar incident. Might be worth a look if you're keen on chasing ghosts." My instincts told me he was onto something, a lead I couldn't ignore. "You've been helpful," I said, sliding a small chip across the table, a transaction sealed with a knowing nod. Back aboard the Cassiopeia's Whisper asterisk, I relayed the new directions to Evie. "The Harbinger, huh?" she mused. "Sounds like the perfect place for a vacation." "Pack your sunglasses," I quipped, though my nerves were on edge. As we approached the Harbinger, a hulking silhouette against the void, it was clear this was no ordinary research station. Massive spires jutted out from its core, resembling claws reaching into the cosmos. An eerie glow emanated from its depths, flickering like the dying embers of a forgotten bonfire. Docking was a tense affair, rust and neglect fighting against every maneuver. I half expected the air inside to be stale, but instead it was charged, almost alive, like the hum of a silent storm. We wandered the halls, the remnants of research littering our path. Data logs and holographic blueprints, all testament to a story cut short. The further in we ventured, the more I felt the pull of something vast, an echo resonating deep within the structure. In the central chamber we found it, another nebulon, tethered to a complex matrix of conduits and emitters. Unlike its kin at the Veil, this one seemed aware. As if acknowledging our presence, it shimmered with a cascade of colors that stirred something inside me, a pervasive sense of understanding intertwined with dread. Suddenly the station shuddered, systems flaring to life with a cacophony of alarms. Intruders, unwelcome visitors in the form of mercenaries, intent on plundering whatever secrets lay within. The corridors erupted into chaos, shots ringing out, metal groaning under the strain of conflict. It was fight or flight, and I chose both. Evading the mercenaries required every ounce of cunning I possessed. Evie's voice guided me through the madness, her dry remarks a welcome tether in the pandemonium. "I believe there's a door behind door number 3, Captain," she chimed, directing me toward an escape hatch. I ducked and wove, adrenaline surging as we reached the hangar. The Cassiopeia's Whisper prepped for a hasty retreat, its engines growling to life. We launched into the void, leaving the pursuers and their greed behind, the Harbinger dwindling in the distance. But as the silence of space enveloped us once more, the questions were far from over. The nebulon's call echoed in my mind, a puzzle demanding completion. The universe was changing, shifting, and I was caught in its wake, the phantom's gambit in a cosmic game where the stakes were unknown. I leaned back in my seat, exhaustion mingling with anticipation. "Evie," I murmured, "I think we're onto something big." "Big is an understatement," she replied, her tone lighter than I felt. "But that's never stopped you before, has it?" "No," I agreed, a faint smile tugging at my lips, "and it never will." The road ahead was uncertain, but I had a feeling the journey was only just beginning. The stars blinked, conspirators in a tale yet untold, and amidst them, the nebulan's whisper lingered, a siren's call to secrets left unsaid. Part 3: Celestial Harmonies. Navigating the cosmos is a bit like composing a symphony. Each note, each pause has its place in an intricate dance of celestial bodies. And just like a symphony, it demands attention. I was learning that the hard way, as the asterisk Cassiopeia's whisper sailed through the eddies of space towards a new mystery, a daring leap into the unknown, orchestrated by curiosity and a hint of madness. "Captain, you're mumbling again." Evie's voice came through softly, cutting through my reverie. "Just thinking about music," I replied, watching the endless canvas of stars unfurl before us, and how, no matter what, the universe has its own rhythm. "Deep thoughts for a man in a tin can hurtling through nothingness," she teased, but there was warmth there, a shared understanding that comforted me. Our destination was unlike any other, a celestial anomaly known as the crystal conflux. Rumors painted it as an enigmatic expanse of prismatic light, emanating harmonics that defied explanation. Scientists, artists, dreamers all speculated about its origins, but none claimed true understanding. Yet one truth held: the conflux was alive with potential, a cosmic symphony awaiting discovery. As we approached, the darkness of space gave way to a spectacular array of color. The conflux rippled before us, an ocean of light bending and twisting, refracting through invisible prisms. It was beautiful and terrifying, as if the universe had taken a deep breath, holding its secrets in vibrant suspense. "Evie, begin scans," I commanded, eyes glued to the hypnotic dance beyond our hull. "Already on it," she replied, the ship humming with anticipation. "The energy readings are off the charts, Captain. Whatever this place is, it's unlike anything in the databases." Navigating closer revealed an uncharted wonder, a lattice of crystalline structures floating within the conflux. They resonated with a serene melody, a vibration felt in the bones more than heard with the ears. Each shard, each angle seemed deliberate, part of a grand design. I donned my exosuit, preparing for the complexity of an EVA. The thrill of exploration tugged at me, a fervor I couldn't resist. "Keep her steady, Evie," I said, stepping into the airlock. "Don't get lost in the music," she called out, her voice tinged with playful caution. I floated out into the conflux, the tether my lifeline to reality. Light enveloped me, waves of color that shimmered with ethereal beauty. I reached out to touch one of the crystalline structures, and the universe sang. It was a connection, a conduit of emotion and memory. I felt the echoes of lives long gone, civilizations that had once thrived before fading into the annals of time. The nebulan's presence surged forth, its essence intertwining with the harmonics, a silent guardian of forgotten histories. But as I delved deeper, the melody shifted. The harmony fractured, dissonance creeping in. The conflux trembled, a ripple of discord disrupting the tranquility. Something was wrong, an intrusion, a disruption of the natural order. I turned back toward the ship, propelled by urgency. "Evie, read any abnormalities?" I called out, adrenaline coursing through me. "Captain, there's an incoming vessel," she replied, her tone serious. "It doesn't match any known signatures." The ship appeared, a sleek construct of unknown design, its hull shimmering with the same iridescence as the conflux. It glided toward us with an elegance that belied its menace, intent clear in its silent approach. I scrambled back into the Cassiopeia's whisper asterisk, sealing the airlock. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers," I instructed, heart hammering. The alien craft moved with unsettling precision, circling us like a predator assessing its prey. Communication attempts went unanswered, a standoff in the kaleidoscope of the conflux. "Captain, if I may," Evie offered, "I suggest we align our systems with the conflux's harmonics. It might give us an edge." An unconventional idea, but Evie had never steered me wrong. "Do it," I agreed, trusting her judgment. We synchronized with the conflux, our systems humming in resonance. The ship vibrated with newfound energy, aligning us with the celestial symphony. The alien craft hesitated, as if sensing the shift, confusion rippling through its formation. Then, in an unexpected twist, the conflux itself responded. Its harmonic resonance surged, a symphonic crescendo that expanded outward, enveloping both vessels in a sublime embrace. The alien ship faltered, caught in the swell of sound and light, its aggressive stance melting away. In that moment I understood. The conflux was not merely an anomaly, it was a guardian, a balancer of cosmic scales. Its music transcended conflict, a bridge between the known and the unknown, a call to harmony. The alien ship withdrew, retreating into the tapestry of stars, leaving us adrift in the conflux's embrace. As equilibrium returned, the melody quieted, settling into a soothing lullaby. I exhaled, tension dissolving into awe. "I think we just made a friend," I murmured, the weight of the encounter settling in. "Or at least didn't make an enemy," Evie replied, a hint of relief in her voice. We remained in the conflux's glow a while longer, absorbing the peace of its resonance. The nebulan's presence lingered, a reminder of the mysteries yet unraveled, of the paths still uncharted. Eventually, we set course away from the conflux, its prismatic beauty fading into the distance. But its song remained, etched into the fabric of my being, a reminder of what lay beyond the veil of understanding. In the quiet of our voyage, Evie spoke softly, her voice laced with wonder. "You know, Captain, sometimes the universe plays its own symphony." I smiled, the truth of her words resonating deep within me. "And sometimes," I replied, "we're lucky enough to hear it." The Cassiopeia's whisper moved onward, propelled by the symphony of the stars, toward whatever awaited us in the vast, unknowable expanse. Part 4: The Enigma of Starlight. Space was a vast, enigmatic tapestry, each thread a journey into the unknown, a reality I now knew intimately as the asterisk Cassiopeia's whisper cut through the interstellar twine. Our last encounter with the conflux had left us with more questions than answers, and the nebulan's presence had become a quiet constant, an unspoken reminder of mysteries yet unsolved. "Captain, there's a message coming through," Evie announced, her voice laced with intrigue. "Patch it through," I replied, curiosity piquing as I leaned closer to the console. The comms crackled to life, the voice on the other end familiar yet unexpected. It was Arlen Dross, the weathered old contact from the Phantom's Gambit. "I knew you'd make it out there alive. Seems you've stirred up quite the cosmic storm." "What do you have for me, Dross?" I asked, both wary and intrigued. "There's a place," he began, "an old observatory on the fringes of the known systems. It's called Starlight Expanse. Built by a civilization far older than we fathom, its purpose long forgotten. But there's talk of it being a key to understanding the nebulan." I listened, the gravity of his words sinking in. "And why share this with me?" "Call it a hunch, Captain. You've got that look about you. The one that gets in over your head but somehow swims back up," Dross chuckled, a trace of warmth beneath the gruffness. With coordinates in hand, Evie and I set a course for Starlight Expanse. The journey was a reminder of the vastness between stars, the silence stretching like an old friend, comforting in its presence. The observatory loomed ahead, a silent sentinel against the backdrop of an ancient nebula. Its architecture was alien, impossibly intricate, with spires reaching out as if to touch the very fabric of the cosmos. As we docked, the Cassiopeia's whisper seemed to hum in harmony with the structure, a serendipitous symphony in a language unspoken. Inside, the air was thick with ancient dust and echoes of the past. The architecture was a marvel, intricate carvings depicting constellations long forgotten, shimmering in the dim light. Starlight Expanse was a time capsule, a relic of a species that had once gazed into the heart of the universe and chronicled its secrets. We explored, each step a careful dance on the edge of discovery. Rooms filled with celestial charts, complex machinery, and holographic interfaces greeted us, each a testament to the observatory's purpose. "Captain, the data here is immense," Evie remarked, her processors working overtime to decipher the ancient scripts. "It's like a library of the cosmos." One chamber caught my attention, its vast walls adorned with panels of luminous symbols. At its center, a device unlike anything I'd seen, a rotating orb of light orbiting smaller spheres, each emitting a soft hum. As I approached, the nebulan's presence flared within me, its essence resonating with the orb. Without knowing how, I understood this was a map, a celestial chart leading to the nebulan's origins. But the moment was fleeting, interrupted by a sudden shift in the air. The observatory trembled as unseen mechanisms whirred to life, awakening after eons of slumber. Lights flickered, casting ethereal shadows that danced along the walls. "Evie, what's happening?" I asked, urgency in my voice. "The observatory's systems are activating, triggered by the orb, I presume," she replied. "It's like it recognized the nebulan." In the ensuing hum of activity, a holographic display materialized, projecting a sequence of images, a narrative of the nebulan's creation, their journeys through space and time, and an ominous warning of a threat that once eclipsed their existence. As the holographic story unfolded, my mind reeled with possibilities. The nebulan were more than whispers of light, they were custodians of knowledge, sentinels against an ancient catastrophe. And somewhere out there, the remnants of that catastrophe lingered, a threat we were now inadvertently entwined with. But as quickly as it began, the display vanished, plunging the room into disquiet. The orb continued its silent rotation, the mystery of its message lingering like a phantom. We needed answers, and more importantly, we needed allies. The nebulan's tale was far from over, and the universe had a way of complicating even the simplest of quests. With the observatory's secrets imprinted in my mind, I knew our journey was far from complete. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, but it was a path we were compelled to follow, a symphony yet to be played. Back aboard the Cassiopeia's Whisper Asterisk, I settled into the familiar seat, the enormity of our purpose weighing heavy. "Evie, set a course for the nearest inhabited system. We'll need supplies and perspective." "Always the pragmatist," she mused, the ship adjusting its trajectory as stars blurred past the viewport. The starlight expanse receded into the distance, but its revelation lingered, a beacon for the challenges to come. We were voyagers in a sea of stars, bound by the pull of mysteries and the promise of discovery. As the void embraced us once more, Evie broke the silence. "Captain, whatever awaits, we'll face it together." I nodded, a smile touching my lips. "Together," I agreed, and with that we sailed into the unknown, guided by the light of distant suns and the promise of the nebulan's song. Part 5: Shattered Horizons. The universe, in all its vastness, is filled with the hum of destiny weaving its threads through the tapestry of existence. Our journey from the starlight expanse had left echoes of ancient secrets whispering in my mind, a reminder of the Nebulan's tale that beckoned us toward the unknown. Evie's voice pulled me from my reverie as we approached the bustling orbital city of Horizon's Edge, a resplendent beacon of life and commerce drifting in the gravitational clutch of a gas giant. It was a kaleidoscope of cultures, where the pulsating heart of trade met the rhythmic flow of information. Here, I hoped to find the resources and alliances needed to navigate the challenges ahead. "Captain, we've been cleared for docking," Evie informed, her tone laced with a hint of eager anticipation. "Time to stretch your legs." The Cassiopeia's whisper glided into its berth with ease, the ship becoming a part of the city's chaotic harmony. As I disembarked, the air was awash with the scent of exotic foods and a symphony of voices, each person a note in Horizon's vibrant melody. Our first stop was an old haunt, Kara's Emporium, a place where you could find anything from rare artifacts to the latest tech upgrades. Kara herself was an anomaly, part engineer, part mystic, and entirely enigmatic. "Brought me a puzzle this time, Captain," she asked, her eyes twinkling with mischief as I relayed the gist of our mission. "More than a puzzle, Kara. I need parts, discretion, and perhaps a bit of that mystic insight you always seem to have." She grinned, revealing a row of pearly teeth. "I've got just the thing, come look at this." Kara led me into the heart of her domain, weaving through stacks of items both fantastic and practical. She produced a small device, its surface etched with pulsating lines reminiscent of the Nebulan's harmonics. "This here is a subspace aligner. Might help you tune into those celestial whispers you've been chasing." I took the device, the weight of it promising, the potential enormous. "You always seem to know what I need before I do." "Call it intuition," she replied, winking. "Or perhaps I just know a good captain when I see one." With supplies and Kara's enigmatic device secured, it was time to delve deeper into the shadowed corners of the city. I needed information, and there was only one place to find it: the Abyss, a seedy underbelly where secrets were currency and danger a constant companion. The Abyss was a labyrinth of smoke-filled rooms and whispered deals, where every face wore a mask of anonymity. Navigating it required a delicate touch and a willingness to risk whispers turning into screams. I made my way to a quiet alcove where a contact awaited, a spectral figure known only as Jax, a purveyor of whispers and half-truths. Jax greeted me with a nod, his features obscured by a hood that seemed to absorb the light. "You're chasing shadows, Captain," he rasped, his voice a dry whisper against the background murmur. "The Nebulan, the ancient threat, they're not separate threads. They're woven together in a tapestry older than the stars." "And how do you know this?" I pressed, leaning closer, the weight of his words settling in. "The universe speaks to those who listen," he replied cryptically, sliding a data chip across the table. "Here, a map of sorts. It'll lead you to a place where your answers wait." I pocketed the chip, the mystery deepening with every encounter. Leaving the Abyss, I felt the weight of unseen eyes, a chill dancing down my spine, warning of secrets too eager to remain hidden. Back aboard the Cassiopeia's Whisper Asterisk, I examined the chip, its contents revealing coordinates to a place known as the Shattered Veil, a region of space fraught with anomalies and feared by even the most seasoned navigators. "Captain, I'm detecting a spike in comms activity," Evie alerted, breaking the silence. "Let me guess," I sighed. "Unsavory types taking an interest in our newfound curiosity." "Right on the money," she confirmed. "Looks like we've got company." The ship shuddered as we departed Horizon's Edge, and I knew this was more than a casual pursuit. Whoever followed us carried intentions cloaked in malice, and I wasn't keen to find out their methods. We plunged into the void, the stars streaking past, our pursuers closing the distance with relentless determination. The shattered veil loomed, its presence a cosmic rift of swirling energy and impossible colors, a place where reality itself was pliable, shaped by forces we barely comprehended. As we entered the veil, the ship trembled, the fabric of space shifting in unpredictable flux. Our pursuers hesitated, their vessels faltering at the threshold of this enigmatic domain. Evie, initiate a phase resonance using Kara's aligner. Let's see if her hunch pays off, I commanded, heart racing. The device hummed to life, its frequencies harmonizing with the veil's chaotic dance. The ship steadied. Wide, aligning with the anomaly as if it were part of a grander design. Our pursuers faltered, their ships unable to withstand the tumultuous energies, forced to retreat from the ethereal storm. In the heart of the veil, we drifted into an awe-inspiring vista, a realm of crystalline structures floating in a void of celestial fire, their surfaces reflecting a kaleidoscope of cosmic beauty. Here, the nebulan's essence thrived, weaving its presence through the crystalline lattice. It was a symphony of light and sound, a convergence of fate that whispered revelations on the edge of perception. This is it, Evie, I breathed, the realization dawning with the weight of eternity. This is where it all begins. The veil held its secrets close, but for the first time I felt connected to the pulse of the universe, a thread woven into the grand tapestry. Together with Evie, we would unravel the mysteries of the nebulan, face whatever ancient threat loomed on the horizon, and perhaps redefine what it meant to be a voyager among the stars. With resolve etched into my very being, we embarked on the next step of our journey, the shattered veil, our gateway to a future yet unwritten, where every choice held the power to shape the cosmic symphony into something new. Part 6: Resonant Tides. The shattered veil was a mosaic of wonder and peril, each fragment of space a potential doorway to understanding or oblivion. Floating within its embrace, we were a solitary thread amidst the chaotic weave, driven by the nebulan's silent call and the mysteries veiled in starlight. Our journey deeper into the veil revealed a universe unbound by the laws of physics as we knew them. Time ebbed and flowed, its rhythm altering with the sway of unseen tides, while colors danced with an ethereal beauty that spoke to the soul. Captain, the veil's harmonics are unlike anything we've encountered, Evie noted, her voice a blend of scientific curiosity and reverent awe. Feels like the universe's heartbeat, I replied, marveling at the pulsing energy surrounding us. Let's hope it's more than just a pretty light show. Our exploration led us to a celestial enclave within the veil, a gathering of crystalline shards floating in harmonious alignment. In their midst, a central structure rose, a monolith of shimmering facets, its presence both grounding and otherworldly. As we approached, the Cassiopeia's whisper seemed to resonate with the monolith, its systems aligning with an energy both foreign and familiar. It was as if the ship itself recognized a kindred spirit, a connection forged in the fabric of the cosmos. Evie, begin a scan, I instructed, eyes fixed on the monolith. Let's see what secrets it holds. The ship's sensors probed the structure, revealing a complex lattice of information encoded within its crystalline matrix. It was a repository, a vault of knowledge left by those who came before, beings attuned to the rhythms of the universe, custodians of cosmic wisdom. Among the data, a pattern emerged, a map charting the paths of the nebulan across time and space. Each waypoint marked a convergence, a nexus where energy ebbed and flowed, shaped by the presence of these enigmatic entities. But there was more, a warning embedded in the tapestry of data, a shadow on the horizon cast by an ancient malevolence. It was a force of entropy, consuming and unmaking, its hunger insatiable and relentless. The threat we feared, Evie murmured, the weight of realization settling in. It's real and it's coming. My heart pounded, the gravity of our mission clearer than ever. The Nebulan were not just guardians. They were the first line of defense against this cosmic predator, their presence a beacon of resistance against encroaching darkness. As we absorbed the enormity of what lay before us, a distortion rippled through the veil. The crystalline enclave shimmered, the monolith's surface shifting as if to reveal a gateway, a passage to another realm, a place where the answers we sought might dwell. "Do we dare?" I asked, knowing full well the risks of stepping through an unknown threshold, yet driven by the need to confront what must be faced. "What's adventure without a little danger?" Evie replied, her tone a mixture of humor and resolve. "Let's see where the rabbit hole leads." With a steadying breath, I guided the Cassiopeia's whisper toward the gateway. The ship enveloped in a cascade of light as we crossed the threshold into parts unknown. On the other side, the universe unfolded in an explosion of color and sound, a symphony that defied comprehension. We were adrift in a sea of stars, each one a note in a cosmic chord echoing through infinity. And there, at the heart of this celestial expanse, lay a world unlike any other, a planet of swirling luminescence, its surface awash with the glow of life and energy. It was a sanctuary, a refuge where the Nebulan thrived, their presence a tapestry woven into the very essence of the world. As we descended, the landscape unfurled below us, a panorama of crystalline forests and rivers of light, cities of floating spires shimmering under the twin suns. It was a place of unimaginable beauty, a testament to the Nebulan's harmonious existence. "Welcome home," a voice resonated, not through speakers, but directly within my mind. A Nebulan, its form coalescing from the ambient light, a being of pure luminescence and ancient wisdom. "You've come far and traveled through many echoes to reach us," it continued, its presence calm and encompassing. "The universe speaks and you have listened." "We came seeking answers," I responded, awed by the encounter, the reality of the Nebulan's world more vivid than I'd ever dared imagine. "About the threat that lurks and what role we play." The Nebulan pulsed with understanding, its colors shifting in a dance of comprehension. "The void hungers and we stand as its wardens. You, too, are woven into the fabric of the cosmos, a thread of light in the tapestry of resistance." Evie's voice chimed in, her presence a steady anchor. "What can we do? How do we stand against the coming storm?" "With unity," the Nebulan replied, its form expanding to embrace the world around us. "Together we are stronger, th. Melody of life is a chorus, and every voice matters." From beneath us the planet resonated, the harmonics flowing through the asterisk Cassiopeia's whisper asterisk, joining us to the chorus of the Nebulan. It was an affirmation, a declaration of intent to face the darkness together. As the sun set on this wondrous world, we were left with a sense of purpose, a mission clearer than ever before. The journey ahead was daunting, but we were not alone, and with the Nebulan's light as our guide, we would forge a path through the shadows of uncertainty. In the quiet of the ship, Evie whispered, her voice a promise. "We'll find a way, Captain, we always do." With a nod, I turned my gaze to the cosmos, the stars twinkling in distant harmony. The universe was vast, its mysteries infinite, but for the first time it felt like home. Together, we'd navigate its tides, every step a beat in the endless symphony of starlight. Part 7. Luminal Paths. As the twin suns rose over the nebulan sanctuary, their light danced upon the crystalline forests, casting prismatic reflections into the skies. This world was unlike any other, a testament to harmony achieved through eons of resonance. Yet amid its tranquility lay an urgency pulsating beneath the surface, a forewarning of the cosmic predator we had glimpsed. Exploring this luminous world revealed wonders and enigmas alike. The nebulan inhabited the planet not as masters, but as part of its essence, their forms undulating between tangible and ethereal, echoes of light that lived in symphony with their surroundings. "Captain, I've been analyzing the data from the monolith," Evie said, her voice reverberating through my thoughts as I wandered through a grove of luminous trees. "There's a pattern within the energy fields, something akin to a compass for aligning with the universe's natural defenses." "A defense mechanism," I mused aloud, touching the bark of a tree that emitted a harmonic thrum beneath my fingertips. "Precisely. It's a way to amplify our presence, to harmonize with the nebulan's song and bolster our ability to resist the encroaching entropy," Evie explained, a note of optimism weaving through her words. Intrigued, I sought out the nebulan who had greeted me. They floated nearby, a constellation of light woven into the fabric of the grove. "We've discovered an alignment tool within your data," I conveyed. "Might it be used against the void's threat?" The nebulan's colors shifted, indicating thought. "The compass you've uncovered is a fragment of the old ways, a guide to rekindling our symphonies. With it, you may find the paths to ignite nodes of light across the tapestry, strengthening our chorus." "Nodes of light," I echoed, the concept both exhilarating and daunting. "They are loci where our presence is strongest. By igniting these nodes, you awaken ancient harmonics capable of holding back the shadows," the nebulan elaborated, their form undulating with purpose. "We need a map," I concluded, realizing the enormity of the task at hand. The nebulan shimmered, their radiance expanding to envelop us in a kaleidoscopic vision, a cosmic atlas rendered in hues of starlight. Each node glimmered like a beacon, connected by luminal paths that wove through the universe. It was a reminder of how intricately tied the cosmos was, a symphony waiting to be conducted. With our mission clear, Evie and I prepared to depart. The nebulan's world had given us not only insight but also a purpose, a direction amid the uncertainty. As we ascended through the atmosphere, the landscape below transformed into an iridescent mosaic, a living testament to the harmony we sought to preserve. Our first destination was a system marked by the nebulan's map, a cluster of asteroids orbiting a pulsar that pulsed with radiant energy. The journey was fraught with anticipation, the weight of responsibility, a palpable presence aboard the asterisk Cassiopeia's Whisper. The asteroid field, known as the Radiant Cradle, was a mesmerizing labyrinth of light and shadow. Each rock glowed with a halo of luminescence, the pulsar's energy infusing the space with an otherworldly glow. It was a place where physics danced to a different tune, a fitting locale for our first foray in igniting a node. "Be mindful of the gravitational shifts, Captain," Evie cautioned as we maneuvered through the dense field. "The pulsar's pull is unpredictable." With deft hands, I navigated the ship through the gravity wells and magnetic anomalies, the Cassiopeia's Whisper responding to my touch like an extension of my own will. We approached the center of the cradle, a massive asteroid embedded with crystalline formations. Landing on its surface, I ventured out in my exosuit, Evie's voice a constant companion in my ear. The crystals thrummed, their harmonics resonating with the rhythm of the pulsar. The alignment device hummed in my hands, responding to the symphony of the cosmos. With precise movements, I activated the device, aligning it with the pulsar's rhythm. The crystal's glow intensified, casting an arc of light into the void, a beacon of harmony against the encroaching darkness. As the harmonic resonance reached its crescendo, the node ignited, a cascade of light surging across the asteroid field, linking each crystal shard in a network of luminal paths. It was a sight of breathtaking beauty, the node a testament to our resolve. "One down, many more to go," I said, the realization both heartening and daunting. Back aboard the Cassiopeia's Whisper asterisk, Evie and I watched as the radiant cradle transformed into a luminous nexus, its light a promise of what was yet to come. The Nebulan's song echoed through the ship, a reassurance that we were not alone in this endeavor. "Captain, this is just the beginning," Evie reminded, her tone infused with hope. "I know," I replied, the weight of the journey ahead tempered by the HT of our achievement, but it's a start. With the first node ignited, our path was clearer than ever. The stars twinkled in anticipation, a cosmic stage set for the symphony we were destined to conduct, a melody of light and hope that would push back the shadows and guide the universe toward the dawn. Part 8: Celestial Convergence. The igniting of the radiant cradle was a beacon, a single note in a grand symphony that awaited its crescendo. As we set course for the next node, the Cassiopeia's Whisper hummed with renewed purpose, our path illuminated by the interplay of star maps and nebulan harmonics. Each step felt predestined, an intricate dance across the cosmic stage. "Where to next, Captain?" Evie asked, her voice a comforting constant amid the vast uncertainties. "Our next destination is the Echoing Rift," I replied, consulting the Nebulan's celestial map, a system at the edge of a collapsing star. The journey was a tapestry of starlight and shadows, the void between systems a testament to the universe's infinite possibilities. As we approached the Echoing Rift, the star it orbited loomed large, its immense gravity well swallowing light with a voracious appetite. Here, the very fabric of spacetime twisted, the remnants of a once great sun echoing its last notes into eternity. Within this celestial turmoil lay our next node, a rogue planet caught in the star's embrace, its orbit a precarious dance along the event horizon. As we drew closer, the planet revealed its haunting beauty, its surface awash with iridescent storms fueled by the dying star's energy. Landing amidst the chaos was perilous, the gravitational tides threatening to tear us apart. But the Cassiopeia's Whisper asterisk held firm, a testament to her resilience and our shared determination. I stepped onto the planet's surface, the air alive with charged particles, the ground vibrating with the star's melancholic song. The alignment device pulsed in my hands, eager to synchronize with the celestial symphony. "Captain, I'm detecting unstable energy pockets," Evie cautioned as I navigated the treacherous terrain, her presence a beacon of sanity amid the turmoil. "Noted," I replied, moving with measured precision. The node revealed itself as a towering obelisk of crystal, standing defiantly against the star's dying light. Its surfaces shimmered with radiant energy, a focal point for the harmonics we sought to unleash. With practiced hands, I activated the alignment device, its frequencies melding with the obelisk's resonance. The ground beneath me thrummed as the node absorbed the star's energy, channeling it into a luminous arc that pierced the void. The obelisk shimmered, radiating waves of harmonics that intertwined with the star's dying song, a celestial duet sending echoes throughout the cosmos. The node ignited, casting a halo of light that danced along the event horizon, a beacon of hope against the encroaching void. Back aboard the Cassiopeia's Whisper asterisk, I watched as the planet became a symphonic nexus, the nodes light a testament to our resolve. The Nebulan's presence resonated in the ship systems, their song a constant reminder of our shared purpose. Another step forward, Evie mused, her tone a blend of satisfaction and anticipation. Indeed, I agreed, feeling the weight of the journey ahead. As we left the echoing rift behind, the universe unfolded before us, each star a potential note in the symphony we sought to conduct. Our path was clear: ignite the nodes, amplify the Nebulan's song, and hold back the darkness that threatened to consume all. Our next destination lay within the celestial grotto, a nebula of vibrant colors and swirling gases, its depths concealing a node of immense potential. The grotto was a testament to the universe's artistry, every hue a stroke of the cosmos' hand, every shadow a promise of mystery. Navigating the nebula's tumultuous currents was a test of skill and trust, the Cassiopeia's whisper responding to my touch with an intimacy born of countless voyages. As we delved deeper, the Nebulan's presence intensified, their song weaving through the nebula's harmonics. The node lay hidden within a pocket of calm amidst the storm, a crystalline structure suspended in the nebula's heart. It pulsed with an inner light, a beacon awaiting its moment to shine. With Evie's guidance, I approached the node, the alignment device singing in my hands. The nebula resonated with anticipation as I synchronized the device, its harmonics aligning with the universe's own. The node ignited with a radiant flare, its light cascading through the nebula in waves of luminescence. The celestial grotto transformed into a tapestry of color and sound, a luminal symphony that echoed through the cosmos. Another node awakened, I said, the reality of our progress heartening. Each step brings us closer, Evie replied, the light of the node reflecting in her voice. As we departed the celestial grotto, the stars sang of a future yet unwritten, a future we were shaping, note by note, light by light. The universe's beauty was a reminder of what we fought for, the Nebulan's song a promise of unity against the void. Together we sailed onward, the Cassiopeia's whisper a vessel of hope and resolve, our journey a testament to the power of light in an ever-expanding universe. With every node we ignited, the symphony grew, a celestial chorus that would stand as a bulwark against the encroaching shadows, a harmony of souls resonating across eternity. Part 9, Twilight's Lament. The universe unfolded before us, its vast expanse a mosaic of stars and secrets, each waiting patiently for its turn in our cosmic symphony. The Cassiopeia's whisper cruised through the star-sprinkled darkness, our course set towards a region known simply as Twilight's Lament. It was a place where the light of ancient stars mingled with the shadows of forgotten worlds, a fitting backdrop for the next chapter of our journey. Reports of the area suggest gravitational anomalies, Evie noted, her voice a mix of caution and intrigue. The region's earned its name. Let's hope it's more of a lullaby than a dirge, I replied, my humor subtle against the anticipation humming through me. Twilight's Lament lay on the fringe of the galaxy, a realm caught between light and dark. Stars here were older, their light tinged with a melancholy that whispered of time's passage. The nebulae swirled like spectral curtains, their colors muted, as if the universe held its breath. As we approached, the ship's sensors picked up a structure hidden within the gloom, a colossal ring suspended in the void, its surface etched with intricate patterns. It was an astronomical observatory, a relic of an era when the stars were alive with the dreams of ancient civilizations. We docked, the Cassiopeia's whisper settling into a berth once meant for vessels of an advanced race. The air inside was cool, carrying the scent of history and dust. Light filtered through the ringed lattice, casting intricate shadows that danced across the walls. Evie, let's find the core, I suggested, moving deeper into the heart of the observatory. If there's a node here, it's our best bet. The corridors stretched endlessly, each corner revealing remnants of technology beyond our understanding. The observatory was both a monument and a mystery, its purpose preserved in the silent starlight. In the central chamber, we found it, a massive lens-like structure suspended above a platform, the heart of the observatory's power. It thrummed with potential, a node waiting to resonate with the universe's song. "Captain, this is unlike any node we've encountered," Evie observed, her analysis rendered in the quiet glow of the chamber. "It feels ancient," I whispered, sensing the resonance thrumming beneath my feet. "More than that, it feels alive." The alignment device vibrated in my grip, eager to connect with the node. As I activated it, the chamber filled with a soft luminescence, the lens casting radiant patterns throughout the space. The node awakened, its harmonics spreading like ripples through the surrounding void. It was a lament, an ode to the stars' fading light, a reminder of the universe's eternal cycle of birth and decay. But as the node's resonance deepened, a dissonance emerged, a counterpoint that clung to the edges of the song like a shadow. The disturbance was subtle, yet undeniable, an echo of the encroaching entropy we sought to halt. "Evie, the node's resonance. It's disturbed," I said, the unease settling in my bones. "I detect the same," she confirmed, her voice edged with urgency. "The anomaly is closer than we thought." Fear and determination mingled within me, the weight of our mission heavier than ever. This node was more than a waypoint, it was a warning, and we had to heed it. As the resonance subsided, we knew our time in Twilight's lament was over. The observatory had given us its gift, a map of light and shadow, a path forward through the cosmos. Back on the ship, I reviewed the data we'd gathered, each piece a fragment of a puzzle yet to be completed. The universe's melody was intricate, its harmonies woven through time and space, a symphony we were only just beginning to understand. "Captain, there's a signal coming through," Evie announced, her voice pulling me back to the present. "Let's hear it," I replied, curious and cautious. The transmission crackled to life, its source unknown, a series of tones and pulses, a communication beyond language. It resonated with the node's harmonics, a call from the depths of the void. It was both a beckoning and a challenge, a message from the heart of the anomaly we sought to understand. The signal faded, leaving an echo in its wake, a reminder of the mysteries still to be unraveled. "We're not alone in this," I mused, the enormity of our journey settling around us. "No," Evie agreed, her presence a comforting light in the dark, "but we never truly were." With renewed resolve, we set our course for the next node, the stars our companions on the road ahead. The universe sang its twilight lament, but we were determined to add our voices to the chorus, weaving light and hope into the fabric of the cosmos. Together we journeyed onward, the Cassiopeia's whisper a vessel of destiny, our path lit by the notes of an ever-expanding symphony, resonating through the universe, a beacon against the encroaching night. Part 10: The Spiral of Echoes. The Cassiopeia's whisper sailed onward, a solitary sentinel in the vast ocean of starlit possibilities. Twilight's lament had left its mark, a haunting chord that echoed in our minds, a reminder of the cosmic melody we were tasked to preserve. Each node we ignited was a note in this universal symphony, but as we moved further into the unknown, the shadows seemed to lengthen, an ever-present reminder of the encroaching entropy we faced. Our next waypoint lay within the Spiral of Echoes, a region of space characterized by its swirling eddies of time and energy. This enigmatic vortex was both a map and a maze, its gravitational spirals weaving intricate patterns through the fabric of space-time. It was here that the next node beckoned, hidden amidst the spiraling currents. "Captain, the gravitational shifts are particularly volatile," Evie warned as we approached the spiral. "Navigating this is going to require some finesse." "Good thing I brought my dancing shoes," I quipped, hands steady on the controls as I guided the ship into the vortex's embrace. The spiral was a kaleidoscope of motion and color, a cosmic ballet that defied comprehension. As the ship slalomed through its twists and turns, the very notion of direction blurred, leaving me to rely on instinct and Evie's unwavering guidance. Within the heart of the spiral lay a celestial archipelago, a cluster of planetoids connected by shimmering bridges of light. Each was a puzzle piece, a fragment of the greater whole, and at their center stood the node, an ethereal structure resembling an enormous gyroscope, its rings spinning in harmony with the spiral's rhythm. Setting down on the largest planetoid, I stepped into a landscape that defied normality, a place where gravity ebbed and flowed, where time itself seemed to dance to an ancient tune. The air vibrated with potential, a tangible sense of the universe's music poised to play. "Evie, I'm at the node," I reported, approaching the gyroscopic structure with a mix of reverence and determination. The alignment device thrummed in my hands, eager to meld with the node's harmonics. As I activated it, the gyroscope's rings glowed with energy, their motion resonating with the spiral's swirling melody. The node ignited, its light weaving through the spiral in a dance of echoes. The gyroscope's rings spun faster, casting fractal shadows across the planetoid as it harmonized with the spiral's chaotic symphony. Yet amid the beauty, a shadow lurked, an anomaly that clung to the edges of the spiral's harmony, a discordant note that threatened to unravel the delicate balance we sought to maintain. "Something feels off," I noted, the unease settling like a weight on my shoulders. "The anomaly's presence is stronger here," Evie confirmed, her tone mirroring my concern. "We need to be cautious." But caution was a luxury we couldn't afford. As the node's resonance deepened, the anomaly surged, a tendril of darkness curling through the spiral, its malice palpable in the air. I scrambled to adjust the alignment, using the device to focus the node's energy into a protective barrier. The spiral responded, its currents redirecting the anomaly's assault, creating a temporary bastion against the encroaching void. The struggle was tangible, a war of harmonics fought on the edge of consciousness. The nodes we'd ignited lent their strength, their resonance forming a chorus that pushed back the darkness, holding the anomaly at bay. As the clash subsided, the spiral regained its equilibrium, the node's light mingling with the stars. The anomaly receded, its retreat a temporary reprieve, a reminder of the threat that loomed ever closer. Exhausted but triumphant, I returned to the Cassiopeia's Whisper Asterisk, the ship's interior a welcome cocoon of familiarity and warmth. "We're holding them off," I said, weary yet resolute. "Long enough to buy some time," Evie agreed, her voice steadying the turbulent emotions within me. As we departed the spiral, a new understanding settled over us. Each node we ignited contributed to the greater whole, a network of harmonics that resonated across the cosmos, a beacon against the dark. Our journey was far from over, but the spiral of echoes had given us a glimpse into the intricate dance of light and shadow, a reminder of the interconnectedness that defined the universe. The stars stretched out before us, a canvas waiting for our light to paint its story. With each node, we added another brushstroke, a flicker of hope that would stand against the encroaching night. As the asterisk Cassiopeia's whisper slipped through the astral sea, Evie broke the silence. "Captain, no matter what's ahead, we'll face it together." I nodded, a faint smile touching my lips. "Together," I echoed, and with that we journeyed onward, the universe's melody guiding us through the spiral's echoes, toward a destiny yet to be written.